Africa, known as the mother of mankind and to the Romans the land of the free. Here we see the Bantu people on their journey away from the Sahara Desert. Determined and social, these people spread their culture and language from the western parts of Central Africa. This tribe has been escaping invading tribes in their land and relocating from their now exhausted resources. Since 2000 BCE, the people have been traveling all across the African continent, assimilating many other tribes to their culture. We took the chance to speak with their representative.
Why are your people moving? What are you hoping to find? Thank you.
On the other side of the world are the North Eurasians. In a group of 20, the tribe trudged through the frigid terrain. Are you the chief?
What?
Tell me, where are you trying to reach?
I don't know.
Why are you traveling?
We follow Mammoth.
How has the journey been so far?
Cold.
Thank you for your time. This is the last known picture of the party as they crossed the Bering Strait before they were mauled by mammoths.
Bronze is perhaps one of the most important advancements in all of human history. So much so that it has an entire age named after it. But if bronze has fundamentally changed the way that we live, one must wonder, where does it come from? And the answer to that is not too complex. Bronze is merely the alloy of copper and tin, in the majority of cases. You see, during the so-called Bronze Age, much bronze was not made from copper and tin, but from copper and arsenic. This so-called arsenical bronze saw use in a wide range of cultures for one simple reason: the rarity of tin. The majority of the Earth's tin is found in Southeast Asia, but in Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, the cradles of Western civilization, tin was hard to come by. Some of that tin made the trip across all of Asia in order to get to Europe. The routes that many would recognize as the Silk Roads actually came into existence in order to facilitate the trade of precious metals and precious stones. The majority of tin used by European cultures, however, from Greece to Scandinavia to Iberia, came from Cornwall. Tin from this area has been found across all of Europe and even into the Middle East. Traces of it have been found in every single European culture, and as late as even the Roman period, bronzesmiths of the Mediterranean relied on Cornish tin. But why did it play such a dominant role? After all, there were other deposits. In what are known as the Ore Mountains, on the border between Bohemia and Saxony, there also occurs a large amount of tin. Unfortunately, that tin is locked inside very hard to refine minerals. The tin in Cornwall, however, is almost entirely situated within veins in granite. Because of this, you can just grind down the rocks and you will have tin dust. Once that was acquired, local smelters would turn that dust into coils or rods for transport. Usually, that transport took the form of horse-driven carriages up until they got to a coastal trade city. After that, local merchants would buy it and transport it by boat to other coastal cities from which it would go on further. These routes were, of course, far from peaceful. In fact, the oldest known battle to happen in Europe was the ambush of a tin convoy. But as we have established, bronze has two ingredients, and the other, copper, has a similar but different story. It was actually quite common in the cradles of civilization. The Aegean islands of Greece, as well as the Negev desert of the Levant, all had pretty large deposits of copper. It was also easier to work with, which is why, for nearly 1,000 years, people knew how to make copper tools, but not bronze ones. Copper was also far easier to find, as most of the ore turned green due to oxidation from water and air. The greatest and most efficient copper sources were once more found in Britain. This time it was in northern Wales, just a couple hundred miles from Cornwall, where a lot of that copper was mined. Paradoxically, however, most of the bronze was not made in Britain. Many of it traveled independently, copper and tin, all the way to Greece or Anatolia or Egypt, where it was then smelted together. The Bronze Age and the tin and copper trades which facilitated it were the very first steps towards a globalized economy. Entire regions were solely dedicated to mining and refining tin or copper for export. Bronze also facilitated the rise of empires by creating more efficient tools and more efficient weapons. The importance of Britain in this time period should not be understated. Perhaps this may even be considered a first golden age for the island, since this period also saw the construction of great monuments such as Stonehenge. Overall, this was a crucial period for human history, and the trade routes which facilitated it should not be forgotten.
Tonight on ADC, the Bachelor realizes his struggles with farming and decides to break up once and for all.
Explain now. I'm ashamed to be associated with you. I can't believe I sacrificed so much to be here just to watch this distasteful in classes display. I'm serious, like so appalled.
Later, we join Sturv Hervey for Family Feud.
But not in a cave.
But first, let's tune in to America's Funniest Home Videos.
I'm Yashud Yahab Yargalad, a hunter, and this is my humble abode on MTV Caves.
Today on MTV Cribs, we have Mr. Yarlabog with his wooden cave. Tell me, Mr. Yarlagab, how much did this cost?
5.
And how long ago did you buy it?
Also 5.
Thank you, Mr. Yarlagab.
I bought this cave because it was all I could afford. This doe over here is my pet, and he is also my Manuglib. This is the gorgeous entryway surrounded in verdure. As you enter the cave, you're immediately struck by natural light and open atmosphere. In the basement, I have a spring water swimming pool. Oftentimes, I fish there for my supper. Deeper in the cave is where I partake in many hobbies. This is where I find rare crystals to trade with other cavemen for goods. I have been practicing music on my plank for ages. I have a solar-powered plank amplifier. I also love fashion, because the cave gets cold sometimes. I also read a lot. My favorite text to read is the only text I can read, the Epic of Gilgamesh. This is Bilgamesh, the king of Uruk. Thank you for coming into my cave.
Be sure to catch all new episodes of The Real Housewives of Uruk and watch the new hit show Better Call Saul the Apostle. Up next, everyone's favorite show about investing, Fish Pond, only on NBC. Get yours. And maybe other people's too.
Hello fish, my name is Doug. Here's something I recently unearthed. This groundbreaking invention will surely undermine the existing system. I call it the shovel. So Doug, let me give it to you straight. Do you live under a rock? Yes, I do. We've had this technology for over 20 years. People have been digging with their hands. So Doug, tell me, how will this change my world? This product you have, it sounds great and all, but will it really affect the lives of all our citizens? I built this product from the ground up. I believe it has the potential to chisel society into loving tools. I dig it.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. And today we're just going to be doing a simple man on a rock. Now the first thing you want to do is wet your rock. This is a very important step, as the paint only sticks to wet rocks. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to get some of this red paint and make sure that your paint is nice and wet, otherwise it won't stick to your fingers. Mine here is a bit dry, I haven't used it in a while. And now you just want to start drawing the outline of a man. Now you just want to add on some limbs. Maybe a happy little spear. That seems just great. Now we just want to add on a little bit more color. So just grab a little tiny bit of yellow. and just give him some hair. And just like that, you have a beautiful man painted on a rock. Now we should give him some background, some grass maybe. So just grab some green paint and start painting. See, it's really just that simple. And just like that, you have a beautiful painting. Now, never forget to wash off your fingers. Remember, practice makes perfect, and if you practice long enough, you'll be able to draw masterpieces just like this.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. This Cave News Network broadcast is brought to you by Raft. Raft can help you get from point A to point B over water. Want to travel faster? Try Boat for a higher chance of survival over the seas.
Good evening, my name is Grog, and you're watching CNN 10,000 BC. In today's news, a man in the Zagros discovers wine. In other news, a harvest festival in Mesopotamia ends in tragedy as 96 people die in a stampede. Our sources tell us... Breaking news! The professors at the University of Rock declared an eternal end to the Ice Age. Seems like the coolest time to be alive is coming to an end.